harder than
What
that.
do you know? Jared's not here.
Yeah, no, he decided to give everyone infectious whore disease.
The plague.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that probably everybody in this room is waiting the next 24 to 48 hours to see if we got what Jared has.
Jared, he has the flu and strep throat.
Trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonder where he got that.
Definitely not from natural causes. It's from a person.
Yeah.
Probably from a lady of the evening. These girls that he pursues.
Okay.
A Florida lady of the evening.
Could have been a Florida lady of the evening.
Are the Florida ladies of the evening different from the non-Florida?
Well, they're not in hibernation yet because it's a southern state, so they're still working good and
So they're
hard.
still hoeing.
And the warm temperatures allow the funguses and things to grow faster.
Oh, I love that.
Warm, damp areas get like they reproduced. What is it?
Yeah, like stuff about chlorophyll and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Chlorophyll.
like
Yeah,
then-
sounds right.
You bring it back to Texas and invite people into your home to hang out.
yeah.
And I saw the bottle of Dayquil there. And I had that thought in my head, is he coming down with something? And sure enough, he did.
I could tell he was when we were filming up for Staccato. I knew something was up. He had his like red eyes and he was like a little nasally and he kept sneezing. I was like, yeah.
I was hanging out with him for like 3 hours the other day, and he didn't say shit to me.
Yeah.
Well, if you get
Which,
sick, it's
if
not
you
his
don't
problem.
know, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and the thing is, I'm also going through alcohol withdrawals right now, so I can't tell if these sweats are related to that or if I'm getting the flu.
Yeah. So what should we do as like
Retaliation?
yeah, should we piss on him? Like all of us just piss on him while he's passed out?
I'm not pissing on his body.
Yeah,
I
he
think
would
that'd be
probably
more
like
difficult
that.
for
He
me.
might like
yeah,
that,
he probably
yeah.
would.
We should shit on him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that escalated
Yeah.
really fast. I feel like we could put like, no, that's not. I was gonna say that's really mean. Putting like poison ivy in his like bedside lube. or
Oh wow,
whatever.
that'd really hurt him and like a dozen girls.
Yeah.
He would be like, this is normal for me. But then a lot of girls are making that be like really itchy.
I mean, he's probably going to be good and knocked out tonight from NyQuil.
Yeah.
We can go piss his bed for him.
Oh, we could. We
He'll
could piss
never
in
know.
the bed, and then
Yeah.
he would wake up thinking he pissed
He'll
in bed.
never
It's
know.
like soaked.
Yeah.
The mattress is ruined.
But like, yeah, but it'd be like, well, why does some of this piss smell like protein powder, and then
Yeah.
why does some of this piss smell like mezcal?
This piss is smoky.
Why does some of this piss smell like Marbreds? Yeah.
Yeah, one of the pisses is like black. Like, what the hell? What happened to me in the middle of the night?
It's just blood. Heather. Like, no, that was Jack.
Oh, what? He's sick. He's a sick boy.
Here's a sick boy.
That's some sick piss.
Sick piss.
I still really want to make a video, and I have spots for all. I have all you guys wrote into this. I don't know if I've mentioned it. So it's like think of the scene from Zoolander where they're spraying gasoline all over each other. Like keep that in mind.
Yep.
It's like all of us out at the bar. So it starts with just the boys, and they go into the bathroom. They're like, ha ha ha! You know, we're all drunk, having a good time. We're going in there to pee, and we're pissing. And it's like, one of them's like, dude, be careful, you're pissing on me. And he's like, and then he's like, sorry, dude, it just happens. And then he like, it just shows the streams. He's like, well, here. And then he like pisses on him a little bit. And it's, hey, what? And then he pisses on him some. And then like somebody else goes to walk out and leave, like one of the other friends, and like we accidentally both piss on him. And they're like, what? And then everybody it's like that song from Top Gun starts playing.
And then catch that wide shot.
Everybody just starts pissing on each other. And we're like laughing, we're like running, and the other person's like just chasing the other person with like a piss string. And you see it's like arced and they're like running from it. And there's like a guy peeking out from the stall and he's pissing, like it's going like really far and hitting the other person in their face. And they're like, ha ha ha. And it's like slow-mo shots and that song's playing. And then like Heather walks in and and we all stop and there's like still like we stop and it's like waist up shots and there's still like arced piss streams like going directly onto like our chests, like from all of us. And we're like, and then she like somehow does a piss stream up, and we're like, what? And then it starts the music back again.
Vote no to bathroom bills.
Well, it cuts back in. Everybody starts pissing on each other again. Either I thought it'd be funny if you started pissing too, or you just like slowly walk out. And and then we go right back into it. But then, like the ending scene is somebody's piss starts to turn red, and then like it's like hitting somebody in the face, and then they're like, and then they look, and everybody like gets really like quiet for a second, and then it just shows it like hard cuts to whoever that is at the doctor. I'm like, and that's why I'm here to get a prostate exam. and the doctor is just like, well, yeah, you do have cancer. Like severe prostate cancer. And then it just ends right there.
And it becomes a PSA for men to get their prostate checked.
Yeah.
Or it's just screen goes black to see more link in bio.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, paid for by Big Prostate.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun. It's like, how are you going to keep having this piss fun with your friends if you can't piss right because you have prostate cancer? And that's the goal there, is to promote men's health.
I love that you just. How do you come up with this shit?
I don't remember how I came up with that one, but I just thought, I think it's
He's the most
because,
sober person on this property.
Yeah, I think
know.
it's because I was literally just pissing, and it was like one day, like I was like, man, in my head, I was like, man, I hate pissing at urinals because all it does is just splash back all fucking over you. I was like, it's so disgusting.
Unless you're handling food or a baby, there is no reason to wash your hands after taking a piss in your own home. But yeah, at public bathrooms, if it wasn't for all the piss splash back on my hands, and your like, I wouldn't. Yeah,
it's just like messy, and then you got like sticky piss legs all day long. That's why I almost exclusively piss in the toilets in men's restrooms.
Why wouldn't that sounds like a nightmare.
I was like, man, it's just gross.
I can't do stranger piss.
I was like, unless you are back and 4 feet away from it to make sure none's splashing on you, or if they have that, some urinals have that special piss like screen that breaks it up.
It's like a piss suppressor.
Yeah, it really is. It's a piss suppressor so that you don't like splash all over yourself.
We used to piss in troughs.
Those were the days.
Yeah, and that's like easy. It's way down there. If it splashes up on you, it's just a little on your shoes or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't want it on like my hands and like general body area.
I like the troughs because like you could cross streams with your buddies without having to like go around the divider.
Yeah.
I noticed recently there was a place I went to that had a trough, and dudes a certain age or older would just go piss at the trough, and like I noticed the younger guys didn't want to piss at the trough. Yeah. It's like they never grew up pissing in troughs, and like it's weird to them to do it that way.
Yeah.
Dude.
Like they never had to pee in front of other people with their pants down around their ankles.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Man, I hate bar bathrooms, dude. Like, I'm like, for one, I piss in toilets 90% of the time when I do it, but like a lot of times, dude, I'm not like a social pisser. Like I don't want to piss next to a bunch of dudes with their dicks out. Like it's always been weird to me. So I want some privacy when I piss.
Yeah.
But it's sometimes the bathrooms at like random bars like crack me up. They're so up. And I'm just like, what do you even do here?
They'll start
like,
people will start having a conversation with you.
Well, it's not even that. There's like some bathroom. I went to some bar here recently, and it was 3 stalls, like nice bathroom stalls, but none of the doors were on them. It was just all toilets with no doors. And I was like,
that's because people do coke in the bathroom.
And I was like, so now everyone has to shit with their cock out, and the door opens right to one of them. I was like, so if you're shitting here, somebody's going to open the door, and everyone in the bar is going to see your balls while you're wiping your ass and shit.
You could shit the opposite direction.
Yeah, and they're just going to see your butt cheeks and like shit flying out of your ass. Yeah. Like, I'm just like, man, like at what point, like what did you do here that made you have to take all the doors off the bathroom?
It's cocaine.
It's insane.
I used to know a couple of strippers back in Kentucky, and they said back in like the stripper bathrooms, they literally lost their door privileges because people would just go in the bathroom stalls to do cocaine off the backs of the toilet.
Be an adult. Go out to your car and do it.
Yeah, motherfucker.
I almost feel like that can't be true in Austin because everyone does cocaine there. Like they just do it out in the open. Like that's this, like they're a piece of candy for the hour. Yes. Every time I go anywhere with like any group that I don't fully know, they'll be like, ha ha ha. Yeah. Like mid conversation, they'll have like a special little tube or their special little nose hook or like some little thing. They're just like, yeah, that's so crazy, dude. Like everyone is just
insane.
Doing
this is the only way I socially survive.
all the time, man. That's why I'm always like, what? Like, is this just like normal up here? Dude, it sucks up there.
I didn't
like
realize that
everyone there is weird and like addicted to coke.
I heard Austin best explained, and I know a lot of normal people that live up there, but like Austin was explained as a Peter Pan town, and there's a substantial portion of the population there that they don't want to grow up. Yeah. They just want to party forever.
Yeah, it's very odd. Yeah, it's uncomfortable for sure 90% of the time.
That's crazy.
I'm pretty sure the no doors in bar bathrooms thing it's not just cocaine. It's when the bar first opens, they probably have doors.
Yeah.
And then something happens, and they're like, "Oh, fine, we'll replace the door."
Yeah.
And then something else happens, and eventually it's like, "Well, f- it, I'm not replacing doors anymore."
Yeah, it either gets broke or because I know a lot of people like drunk dudes will just try to break doors sometimes. Like
They get destructive. Young men, especially,
young
yeah.
dudes will just break
They
doors.
get very destructive when they realize they're not getting laid that night.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
That's literally that's it. They'll go to the bathroom to piss, and they're like, "David, I gotta go home with a dry dick." Wham, wham, wham. Like they're like taking it out on a door, and somebody's in there shit, and they're like, "Please no, please no." And he's like, "My dick is dry. My dick is dry." As he's busting in.
There's nothing worse
shit.
than a pack of dudes in their 20s who didn't get laid.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
horny
that's
dudes.
fair.
Because they're going to eventually run into another pack of horny dudes that didn't get laid, and they're going to have to get it out. And they could f- each other, but no, they're going to throw fists.
Yeah, they could just kiss and f- in
You
a
know what
big
the
circle,
greatest-
and they won't.
You know what the greatest like conflict of young man ego is a military town that is also a college town.
And there's a couple of them.
Yeah.
There's a couple of them out there.
So like
San Antonio is military and college.
It's more heavily military, but yeah, there's a sizable
UTSA
student.
right there.
There's like, 4 sizable colleges. around.
there's a lot of training military here, not a lot of active duty though.
True.
Well, so
Yeah.
like when I was in Fort Riley in Kansas, there was K-State and Fort Riley all going to the same strip of bars.
Yeah.
That made for some interesting.
There's always going to be altercation. San Diego is the same way.
Yeah, yeah.
A couple major universities down there, plus 2 major military and 3 major.
I mean, that's the way that all of Florida felt too, though, like in that Panhandle area, because you have all the military right there, and then there's a bunch of colleges there, and then it's also drunk beach people. So
And
it's
just-
like a mash of I was a bartender there for a few years, and I could only do a few years of that.
I
It
feel
was a
like
lot.
the worst would almost be the beach people because, like
It-
look at any time
yeah.
you have a major holiday on the beach and everybody leaves their trash behind. They're just like, I can do whatever the I want. I'm driving home tomorrow.
Yeah, I used to do like the liquor promotions on in Panama City Beach, and I remember looking down at my feet, my bare feet in the sand, and I saw a syringe,
Yep.
and it was like I can't remember if it was a tampon or a used condom. It was one of the two. I've like blacked it out in my mind, and I remember being like, I'm leaving immediately, and I never went back.
I've only heard the horror stories, but have you ever seen like the Memorial Day carnage on Pensacola Beach?
No,
You know what Memorial Day is on like Casino Beach, right?
no.
It's like Pride weekend,
Oh, okay.
and they leave the beach up every year. It is bad. Like people who live in Florida go out and like that next week is just them volunteering their time to clean up the beach
That's
because
so
it's so gross.
Yeah. Like worse than Billy Bowlegs? It's like shitty, pissy jizz water.
Yes.
Ooh,
But it's shitty, pissy jizz, water, sand, hotels, hot tubs,
okay.
restaurants,
also
bars.
jizz and piss.
Stalls.
Yeah.
Those Pride people know how to party.
Yeah.
And they do not clean up after
Oh yeah,
themselves.
we Caleb and I were just in Key West for the Fantasy Fest with Nine Line doing some videos and stuff, and it's pretty wild. I've never seen so much just like dick and tits just in the.
You said it was an older crowd out there, though, right?
It's like a retirement. Like there
yeah.
was a lot of young people. Like obviously there's way more young people than old, but there's a lot of old people. And yeah, the older ones are just like, I'm gonna die soon. Here's dick.
It's like I could show you. It was like you'd just be like recording like I'm gonna say oh dick can't post this. Like I
Old
was gonna
man
do
dick,
a
yeah.
full video for my YouTube. I looked over all the footage I had and I was like, I can't post any. of
Yeah.
Like, why is every single one of these shots a tight shot?
Yeah, and
I only brought the long lens. I'm sorry.
A lot of people don't even really realize it, and they'll be down there with their kids and stuff, like little kids.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they'll be like walking
Fantasy
around.
Fest sounds awesome.
Yeah,
Like, hey, you want to bring the
They
kids
think
down to
it's like
Fantasy Fest?
they think it's
Yes.
like an extension of a Disney World freaking.
It's like cool Halloween on this beachy island. You're like, oh, that's fun. And you get down, and it's just like all the horniest people
It's
in the
horny
world.
old
Yeah,
nudity.
yeah.
Florida's such a complex state to me because it's one of those states that's like rooted in like Baptist conservatism, but obviously a historical, very heavy Catholic presence there. There's a lot of like, social conservatism that's on the topic down there, but then some of the wildest shit you ever hear also happens all over from the Keys to even the Panhandle.
Yeah,
Totally.
Well, I don't even consider most of the Panhandle Florida. That's just Lower Alabama.
That is lower. It's meth and tractors.
Yes.
Hey, what are you doing? Not using Firecracker Farms hot salt, huh? You're just living in the past, smearing peppers and normal salt on your food. If you like salt and you like a little bit of heat, use Firecracker Farms hot salt, okay? So go to firecracker.farm and use code PIE to save 20% on your order. What are you waiting for? Get hot salt! Get hot salt right now!
cool. That sounds fun. Meth and tractors.
Yeah, meth and tractors.
Well, that's how if we all get sick, maybe that's how we get Jared back. It's not an immediate thing. It's like we send him down there with tickets, being like, we have a surprise for you, and he's just gotta be around down to that fantasy
I thought
fest.
you were like make him do a bunch of meth and ride a tractor. I was so confused.
Oh,
I was thinking that too.
I was like, what? That's how we get him back?
throat feel better.
We dose him on some meth and we make him
But the
ride
thing
tractors?
is, you can't get him back with geography. He'll find something fun to do no matter where he's at.
He
So
will. He
yeah,
could be in bum nowhere town and he'd come back with
He'll
like
figure it out.
3 random hookers and a bottle of booze and we're like, where'd you get that? I'm behind a Walmart. I don't know. They were just there.
yeah. Yeah, I've never met someone that's able to just, not just intentionally how he does it, but just by fate meet so many people randomly. Like, I literally met him in a bathroom. Like,
Jared is like, you know the thing they say, like, if you walk into any establishment carrying a ladder, they just assume you're supposed to be there.
Right.
Like, Jared is like the real life version of that, where he just like inserts himself.
He has a spiritual ladder.
he
Yes,
always,
he's a spiritual ladder.
He always ends up like when we did that USO or AFE show years ago, international flight, Israel to Romania. And of course he ends up, I'm sleeping. He taps me. He's like, hey, I need your something. He's asking me for something. I'm like, oh yeah, why? It's like, oh, I'm sitting next to the ambassador to Romania right now. And he just became best friends with him by the time they got off the flight.
Yeah, that makes sense. That was because he met a lot of higher up people. I remember being so confused when we were over there. He was just introducing me to like really impressive higher up military people, and I'm like, how do you know them?
You probably met him 5 minutes
he was
before
like,
you
I
did.
don't. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Meet this person that's been trying to get rid of me for 10 minutes.
Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah. So I got to with some runners. This week.
What is a man of your shape doing at a running convention in Austin, Texas?
Roasting them for having brittle bones, mostly.
That's why you're my favorite person.
Yeah, I was up there with Pit Viper, and originally the way they described it to me, I thought we were at a race. So I thought we were going to be having like a hydrate booth, and then we just had like the Pit Vipers and maybe handing them out to some runners or some crap like that. And I was like, they asked me what I wanted. I was like, can I have a table just of milk that I'm handing out to them? And they were like, yes, that's perfect. I was like, awesome. And I was like, some of them are
No pushback.
I was like, some of them are either going to be really pissed or they're going to be like, yes. And we get there and set up and stuff, and it's not a race. It's just it's a convention. It's like where runners would go to try and get sponsors or other companies that want to carry running products in their stores would go here. It's like a trade show.
Yeah.
And,
So a lot of Kenyans.
Sadly, I didn't see any.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I
quick.
saw
You gotta pay attention.
any. Yeah. It was just all mostly moms.
Oh, okay.
But a lot of runner people there. It was so I was definitely stood out there. It was just all like thin runners, and I was just kind of like roasted people when they would come by our booth. Like, so I still had the whole milk table, and I was just wearing Pit Vipers, kind of walking around in the little path there. Anytime somebody walked by, I would just be like, hey, you need some milk? They would be like, what? I was like, milk, chocolate, strawberry, regular. I was like, we got it all over here.
Was that wait? I'm confused. Was that what I was seeing in your stories? I thought you were putting Gatorade in the milk.
Some of them were, yeah. That we were making sports milk. Some people,
Okay.
Some people would mix and match because we had Gatorade as well. And some fruit, but some people wanted sports milk because they needed the calcium and they needed the electrolytes.
Did you try mixing in any of those like? They're basically just like glucose packets, like for long distance runners.
Oh, we ate so many goo packs while we were there, dude. It was awesome. We did a tour. I called it the tour de goo.
Nice.
One day we got bored, and we're like, you know what? Let's go check some of this stuff out. And we ended up doing the tour de goo, where we guzzled down probably half gallon of goo in about an hour.
So you were hydrated.
Oh, dude, I was feeling weird when we got back to
your piss isn't clear; it's invisible.
yeah, it just was. It was goo. Like when I pissed, it was just goo.
Not only that, you're carved up. You got energy,
dude. It was nutty. Like I didn't feel good, honestly, because most of those stations had like their version of an electrolyte drink or some clean energy drink as well. So we're doubling down on the goo and then the energy. So it was fun, but I felt odd for a few hours after that, like a belly full of goo. I know a lot of people that could probably relate to that.
What's the energy around a running convention as opposed to like weightlifting?
Dude, it was like, and that's what kind of sucked. It was like chill. Like nobody was like, like some of the booths were like pretty amped up. Like they seemed like they give a shit. But like, man, we had a tiny speaker. We were playing. I was playing like the Tarzan soundtrack a lot, like Creed and stuff like that. Just like Top Gun soundtrack. Just like good. Older like 90s, 80s vibes, things like that.
But you were there with Pit Viper.
So Air Booth was nuts.
They always have a music selection going on wherever they're at.
All the people with us, they're decked out in like Pit Viper clothes and the glasses, and they put a treadmill behind the counter, so they would just be walking on the treadmill the whole time while like discussing them. We had like literally everybody that came over, like you guys have the funnest booth, like because we would. Dude, so many people would walk by and they'd be like, no, I don't drink milk. I'd be like, okay, well, let me see your arm. I'm going to see how easy it is to break. And I'd be like, what? No. And I'd be like, okay, well, then you should probably drink some milk if you're so afraid of your bones breaking so easily. But I would just shame them until they did it. Or it'd be the complete opposite. They'd be like, I love milk. I'll take 2 shots. I'm like, all right, cool. And they would just like come back later for more. You guys need more milk? And I'm like, yeah, we got a lot of milk.
If you have just cups of milk sitting out, it's warm milk at some point?
It was, all of it was being drank so fast that there was no time, because we had like coolers of ice and stuff there, but it was all like nice cold milk all the time. I was like, I was
slightly better.
I was refilling it like every 5 minutes. Like it was nonstop the whole time I was there. It was hilarious. But yeah, we ended up going through like almost 3 gallons of milk, giving it out. We did this race there where some runners came up and they had to do like a big spoon of peanut butter in their mouth, like heaping spoon of peanut butter, run a lap around the whole trade show, come back, another spoon of peanut butter, and do that 4 times. And then the winner got to like pick out some glasses for free. But we did that, and there was only ended up being like 5 people try. 2 of the women that tried couldn't even eat their first spoon of peanut butter. They were like, so they disqualified immediately.
So you have to finish the spoon of peanut butter before you do the lap.
Eat it, swallow it, and open your mouth and show that it's gone before you can run.
Oh yeah, I would fail immediately.
Oh yeah, and it's like big spoons of peanut butter, and a whole lap around the trade show was like 0.4 of a mile. So
wash that peanut butter down with some freaking milk, yo.
Once they were done, you got to drink the milk, so it worked out great.
And about halfway through the race, that's when they switched over to the milk and Gatorade combo.
Well, no, you weren't allowed to drink anything through the race. It was just peanut butter until you finished. Oh yeah, so that was why it was like rough. But yeah, it ended up being pretty fun. Those guys. We encouraged them to cheat like halfway through, so they started like just taking different routes. And like some of them would just do one like lap around a booth that was right next to us and then come back. And then we were like, yes. And like, it's fun. We had a really good time up there. We ended up going to Staccato while we were there too. I know you were up there doing some stuff with Laura and all of them. Went up there and filmed a couple videos with Brent Pella for in exchange for a new gun coming out. So that's cool. Cool. What did you do up there?
It was the Special Forces Charitable Trust event, and so they pair up a Special Forces guy with a celebrity, and then they do like shooting competitions, and the winners get to pick. They have like a celebrity winner and then a Special Forces winner, and then they have like overall team wins and stuff, which they have at like an event after the fact. So they do like a range day and then like a the actual charity event, which is like where they give away a bunch of guns and gear and stuff like that.
Do these celebrities do most of them come from some sort of shooting background?
Not necessarily. I mean, I hung out with Jack Osborne for a bit. Like, I was so shocked he even remembered me. I think I've only met him a handful of times. And I just like, hey.
But he's popped off some weapons in his
saw
day.
me,
Yeah,
like,
he loves guns.
Yeah. He saw me across the room, and I got like a look like he might have recognized me, but I didn't want to bother him. And then he came up to me later. He's like, Heather, what the f-? I was like, I'm sorry, dude. I didn't know that you would remember me.
Didn't you like hang out with him a bunch in Salt Lake?
Always assume that celebrities aren't going to remember who I am. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, that's fair, but you're also not a normie.
Okay. So
You've-
slightly memorable.
Well, so like, if Jack Osborne remembered me, that'd be like, oh, okay, cool. But
Okay.
you're a more, at least important person in the room when you were around and he was in Salt Lake for like a bunch of times.
Okay. Well, anyways, yeah, talk to him.
Right.
And then Randy Couture was there. He definitely didn't remember me. And then talked to Sean.
That's the getting hit in the head thing.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, maybe.
An older
Because
man
I was like,
who's been-
oh, yeah, your girlfriend. I was talking to him about her. And he's like, yeah.
I have probably had at least half a dozen engagements with him in the past 9 years. We
Yeah.
did a movie together. We did
That's
like
what I brought up right
2 days together in a movie. I've like performed on stage in front of him.
Yeah.
And every time I meet him, I see him and Mindy.
Yeah.
She's like, oh my God.
I know.
And he's looking at me like, I don't know this.
Yeah, okay. No, he feels slightly better. I was like, yeah, he was there. He's super nice. And then I was super, not that I should be surprised, but Sean Strickland was like the nicest dude. Like, he's such a shit talker. He was just showing me pictures of his dog and talking about his girlfriend. And
That's fun.
nice.
Are there any MMA people that are like just truly assholes?
I met a couple.
really?
But it's not super common. Like for the most part, all of them that I've met,
Oh, they're sweet.
they have call to prove anymore.
Dude,
So they're just like the nicest people in the world.
I always make it a point. I can't stand dudes who do the handshake manipulation where they come in real hard and they do the point the index finger into your wrist and like, it's like this weird thing that they think that's how they're establishing dominance. Because I always think about every MMA fighter I've ever met and like top tier,
Yeah, like the
top
nicest
5
handshake.
UFC.
Yeah.
The softest.
Yeah.
The softest, sweetest handshakes.
Yeah, why do you need to try and be mean when you're regionally meeting someone like, I'm a strong boy? like, why are you trying to scare me, you
when
pussy?
dudes do that, I'm like, why do you need to establish
Yeah.
dominance with me? Like, how am I a threat
They're, like,
to you?
growling
That says
and
everything
shit.
about you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you are a Chihuahua man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And again, every UFC fighter just
Yeah.
pillows when you're shaking their hands.
Yeah.
They had a bunch out there. A bunch of UFC fighters. I don't follow it as religiously as I used to back in like the Lyoto Machida, like Chuck Liddell days. But like
Those were the
prime.
days.
those were the
prime,
prime
yeah.
days, yeah. But they had quite a few out there. And then there was like Laura Zera, obviously. She was like the lone survivalist outdoorsy girl. Everybody else was like a fighter or a country music star.
She's the real deal, though.
Yeah.
If I had to choose between a professional MMA fighter and golly, like if we're not being attacked between special forces dudes, I've seen Laura.
Yeah.
Just everything she sees is an opportunity to make something for survival.
Yes.
I would want to be around Laura over anybody any day.
I would
Like,
take, yes.
Like, great, special forces dudes are great, but you know what? I'm good enough with a weapon I could handle myself if you
Yeah.
just gave me a rifle. She would literally keep you alive because
Yes.
everything on the ground is something she can use to stay alive.
Exactly. She's so knowledgeable and stuff like that. So that's why people are like, you're just disappearing into the wilderness for a week at a time with her. And I'm like, I will take her over any man I know to keep me alive.
Yeah.
Like she just knows she knows how to like weave baskets out of grass and like was showing me like all of the mushrooms and the flowers and the plants that I can eat around me and like how to build a fire out of like this weird salve and like what do they call it? It's like it's so obnoxious. The stick the stick that you rub like this
To make a fire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like a certain method. I can't remember what it's called, but anyways, she can just make fire with sticks and shit.
I would love to see basically like one of those survival shows, like whatever that newest one that Netflix did was okay.
The Outlast.
I think it was called Outlast.
Outlast, yeah.
But like that's the big screen, and then a quarter of the screen, I just want to see like Laura and some of her other survivalist friends just drinking and talking shit. Like Survival Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Dude,
That'd be funny.
that would be sick. I mean, that could be a good YouTube video. Yeah.
I would say that should be a YouTube video that you guys just like get with her
Yeah.
and rewatch old survival shows.
Yeah.
That'd be funny.
She's never lost any of those Naked and Afraids that she's done. She crushes them. She even got worms one time and then malaria.
Just happy as a pig and shit, probably still.
Yeah, I was like, so did you take care of that? You got that treated? She goes, no. I was like, what?
Literally, they're like, one pill could really help you out.
No, she's just like, no.
I physically got in an altercation with the medic to let me stay on the show. Worms ain't a thing.
Yeah, she's wild.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, those malaria pills, I don't know if they've changed, but you don't want to take those
They make you sick.
on an empty stomach. It's like if you've eaten, it's probably fine. But if you're out there and you haven't eaten, those they will do a number to your system.
Well, I think she said that she did it. I can't remember where she was. She's been to like Thailand and all over Mexico and all these random places. And then she came back home, and that's when she figured out stateside that she had malaria. And then she told the Naked and Afraid people about it, and they were like, well, how do you know you got it while you were on the show? And she's like, you think I got malaria
You think I got
in Montana?
Yeah, you think I got malaria in Boston Logan Airport?
She's like, what the f- are you talking
But
about?
I bet in those countries, those people, I don't know. I'm going to RFK this and just talk about medicine that I'm not necessarily an expert on, but I bet in those countries, those people are so used to living with those conditions that their bodies could probably handle it better than like your average American.
Yeah.
Like malaria for them is like HPV. It's like, we've all had it.
Yeah,
I remember my first disease.
Yeah, she handles it pretty well. I know she said that it was like a couple of years ago or something, her hair started to fall out from the starvation, and her hair's like never been the same ever
Really?
since. Yeah.
She's got a good set too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it?
She got a good set of hair. No.
Dude.
I was like, who talks about hair that way?
No. A good set of hair. No, every time I've seen her, she's been in a freaking hoodie.
That's true. Oh, what was the joke that you made? It was Laura Zara has like 2 pairs of yoga pants, and then she wears whatever t-shirt she's sponsored by
Oh, yeah.
for the day.
Yeah, that's her wardrobe.
Yeah. She had to dress me for that event because I was like, most of my stuff is.
You look like you were running for Congress.
What,
I was wearing 5'11" tactical leggings and a leather jacket.
okay,
Well,
so
picture-
that looks like Tulsi, so close.
Yeah, but I had a black tank top underneath, a plain black. I looked like a kind of like gothic cowgirl vibe, I guess.
You look like you were running for Congress in like Queens or something.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Huh.
I do like that you took that big picture with all those special forces guys and all those celebrities, and you managed to Forrest Gump the photo.
She have her eyes closed?
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I got sent a photo. That was like a side photo. That wasn't the main photo.
okay,
I don't think I
alright.
had my eyes closed in the main photo.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I was shocked because whatever photographer was there, he goes, okay, 1, 2, 3, click. And then he just took one photo. And I was like, it's an interesting, you got all of us gathered here, every single special forces person, every single celebrity, and the photographer took one photo.
It's a bold strategy.
It was a very bold strategy.
He didn't want to be there.
It was like, fuck this shit.
You know who is if anybody from the Special Forces Foundation is,
Special Forces Charitable Trust.
if anybody from the Special Forces Charitable Trust is listening, I know a really good photographer that you might want to use instead of whoever the he used for that event. His name's Dave Reardon. He's sitting right over there.
Okay.
Dave's a guy you can trust with a camera, and he knows, and I've seen him in action, he knows how to line people up and tell them to get where they need to be so he can get the shot that you need from him.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Sure.
I owe you a pack of cigarettes.
Dave for sharing.
Thanks for sliding that ad in for me.
Well, shit.
You drinking a butter beer over?
Yeah, I'm having a butterscotch beer right now. Butter beer. I'm always on that Hogwarts kick.
Mm-hmm. And that's not alcohol. That's just,
no, it says it right here, plain as day, non-alcoholic.
just says
For all ages.
corn syrup and cane sugar.
Six kinds of sugar.
It's pure cane sugar.
Yep. Checks out.
Wow, there's no corn syrup at all.
That's shocking.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
Well, corn syrup's usually a replacement for sugar. So if you're just going to go plain
yeah,
sugar,
we're going
have
the
at
real
it.
stuff, dude.
Did you order that in, or did you pick that up locally?
Yeah, you just got it from the local train
This
station.
is Costco. They have it in 12 packs.
I just love thinking. Oh, so that I love thinking that little boy. Well, he's not a boy now; he's in his 30s.
Daniel Radcliffe?
Daniel Radcliffe gets signed to be in this freaking franchise when he's 10, 11 years old. He had to work his ass off in his childhood, probably missed a lot of childhood things, but till the day he dies, that guy is bringing in millions of dollars a year because some guy in bumfuck Texas is buying Harry Potter beer from a Costco.
I don't even think this has any correlation at all, sadly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because there's so many brands of this now that make butterscotch beer.
It's just
okay.
wizard adjacent, like it's got a wizard font.
Yeah, there's no official, unless you go to Hogwarts, there's no official like Harry Potter butterscotch beer that you can buy in
Hogwarts
bottles.
is Disney World?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Or like Universal?
It's
Universal.
Epcot,
It's
right?
It's
Or Universal, yeah.
It's Universal. Yeah, I think that would be fun. We should all go there sometime.
Just have like a giant family trip.
Why don't we do things like I know
We have to go to Germany.
there's
Jack.
direct flights from San
I want to
Antonio.
drink beer and look at castles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
that would be cool.
we all have crazy schedules, but I don't know about y'all, but I'm till January, I'm open.
I'm not at all. This
No?
is like the
All right.
most busy time for like every company. It's like all like just a million.
Yeah, from Black Friday to
Yeah, until like the first of the year, especially like until after SHOT Show, it's all pretty busy. So, but yeah, I would love to do something like that. That'd be so sick.
Well, we could always just do a day trip to Fredericksburg.
Oh, God. That was interesting. We
is Fredericksburg any good, or is it just like another Bernie?
It's neat. Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
It was quaint.
Your
It's
voice
quaint.
gets kind of squeaky when you say it's all right.
It's fine. It's like
Not my favorite child, but we
It's
keep
just
it
like
alive.
it's like a bigger version of Bernie.
Oh, it's bigger.
It's like if you like wine and antique stores.
Yeah.
Like, imagine burning.
If you're a middle-aged gay man or a chick on their bachelorette party, you're gonna love it.
Imagine Bernie, but like twice as long.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
got, like, museums
a
and shit.
lot of wine.
Yeah.
Bitch Bernie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's plenty of places to get like any other kind of drink you'd want, but there's a lot of wine. It's exactly that basically. There's a couple of really cool stores though. There like some of them have like full buffalo jackets that you can buy and stuff. Like
Oh, yeah.
It's a good date thing to do.
Yeah.
With do you say your wife's name on air ever?
Well, we could just stick with the wife.
Yeah.
It's a good date thing to do with a wife. Take a drive, wake up early on a Saturday and drive out to Fredericksburg. There's plenty of great little German places to eat at and others. There's an amazing World War II museum there.
Oh, she'll love that. Yeah.
It's top of the line. No, but art galleries,
real big
antique
war
stores, general stores,
that
like
little Zen garden. There's like a Chinese or
Zen garden, like the
Japanese
pouches?
garden there.
A Zen garden like the pouches,
No, like
I wish.
right?
There's a place you go get high on Zens.
yeah.
No, like a Japanese like peace garden, like with the sand.
Isn't
and
there a
rock.
Japanese garden in San Antonio?
I actually
It's amazing.
really want to go.
Apparently
it's
I wanna go
amazing.
so
One,
bad.
yeah.
It's right next
nuts.
to the next to the botanical garden as well.
Yeah.
Which is phenomenal.
I really wanna
Y'all
go.
gotta go. That would be a fun thing for us. If we're not doing anything one day, why don't we just drive down to the botanical gardens.
I'd be
just
into
go.
that.
Just
Yeah, I'm so
it's
down to
so
do that.
awesome down
That's
there.
Yeah, I'm
close,
down to
yeah.
do that.
I'm
And even
into
if
that.
we're not going to Germany for Christmas, Fredericksburg is absolutely beautiful.
During
with all
Christmas.
the
Oh, I
lights
bet.
and stuff.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, even Bernie, they go all in. Germans do Christmas like actual Germans. They do that shit for like 30 days straight.
Yeah.
I still need to get my passport. I need to do that.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I need to do that immediately. Mine expired, and I've been asked to go on like 4 random out of the country trips, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, I need
You can expedite it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I need to do
I
that.
mean-
like I asked because you should get it done at the post office.
Yeah,
It's
they'll
like
go.
2 places you got to go now.
Yeah, you can go to the post office. I think you can do it like Staples, FedEx stores and stuff.
No, that's the TSA one.
TSA.
Walgreens in town, I think, does it.
Okay.
Like you go get your picture and then you go to the other place.
Okay.
Yeah, you just fill out a form, and again, you can expedite it. I think it might be around $200.
Okay. I mean, that's not bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to do that. Yeah, we should like make a point to go. Like we should go do that together.
Yeah.
like make a point to go
I'm
do
so
it.
down.
That
I
way
need
we
to-
can.
I need somebody to hold me accountable.
Exactly, because I'll forget about it.
Same.
And,
I
yeah.
forget until somebody's like, "Hey, do you want to
And
go
then
to
I'm like,
Helsinki?"
fuck.
And
Well,
I'm like,
why don't we do this now on air? Let's do this.
Yeah,
How about this?
bully us.
What do you?
until
What
we
do you
get-
guys? What's your? As long as none of us get sick in this room, we're still waiting on the results. We'll probably know for sure by tomorrow if we got Jared's
I'm
sickness.
going to the doctor tomorrow to just be like, hey, I've been around him. Can you give me something? Because I know he probably will.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we all escape it. So, what does y'all's week look like this week to where we could? And Dave's right down there. He's not far away at all. We could just a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, head down. I know the post office downtown where I got my passport photos taken. Just go get your passport photos, and then we'll shoot over to the botanical gardens.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Oh yeah, I thought you were going to say Fredericksburg, but you
No.
can do botanical gardens.
Yeah,
Yeah, that sounds cool.
"Yeah,
Yeah, that the botanical garden and the
Are they like alive this time of year?
Oh, it's dude. You go into this one of the parts of it. You go into this building, and you're in like every single climate in the world. It's really cool.
I'm not gonna lie. I was in Vegas last year or a year before around Christmas time, dude. That was nice.
Their botanical garden.
No, Paul is who took me to show me some stuff. He's like, dude, you ever been out here around this time? I was like, no. He's like, what? He's like, okay, we're gonna make a few stops. So we went to like every major hotel, like does something Christmas related.
Oh, Christmas.
Dude.
Oh, I bet Christmas is crazy because even like Chinese New Year and SHOT Show
Yeah.
pretty much overlap.
Yeah.
and they go ape shit for that. Even
Dude, there was one we went into, the whole like lobby area was sculptures made of flowers. Like giant like polar bears, the snow was made of flowers, little houses were made of flowers, like all of these like winter wonderland scenes, and it was made out of like fresh flowers. So you're like walking by and it like smells amazing. Everything looks so awesome. And then there was one hotel we went to where it was like a similar thing, but everything was just made of ice. And it was like, I was like, what? And he's like, yeah. He's like, it's so cool. And then the giant fountains outside of that one hotel, they were playing Christmas music, and the lights were like Christmas lights shining on the water.
Green and red and everything.
What? Okay, this is pretty dope. So yeah, that was a real pretty time there.
You know what looks terrible in Vegas? F1. Everything about F1 just Vegas up for a month.
Yeah.
I don't even live there or visit there, and I'm pissed.
Yep. Somebody else was talking about
Just
that
the
recently.
crowds.
Like they have to
Like, like
all of
destroy
the
the
streets.
whole road. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought they had a track out there.
no. It's just like it's a road
main
course,
road, yeah.
which sounds awesome if you don't take into account the month before and after they have to set it up and tear it down.
Yeah. It's like for
Oh.
a quarter of the year.
They
It's
probably.
just, this isn't like on the obviously not the Vegas Strip. Like
Yes.
Yeah.
The Strip is
Yeah.
the straightaway.
so, like
for,
people just can't drive on it.
Yeah. For like a huge chunk for like a quarter of the
That
year.
doesn't sound like
I feel like you're I don't know. Like
you
they
feel
have.
like you're losing so much money.
You
They-
have
yeah.
to be, dude. Unless they're making so much to counter it with F1, which they probably are actually, with so many people coming in for that. And like
I don't
There's a
know.
lot of money in that
sponsored.
sport.
Yeah,
There's-
that's money sport.
there is an assload of money in F1, but I don't think they attracted what they thought they would.
Yeah.
Like it's on this weekend this year.
Yeah.
But last year was their first year in Vegas, and they were charging out the ass 9 months ahead of time for hotel rooms. all the way up until like 1 week beforehand, they realized they didn't really sell what they thought they would, so they started like fire selling rooms. So I don't know if they're breaking even or making money or not.
Damn.
Because America doesn't give a shit about F1.
No, man, we want our NASCAR, brother.
Yeah. Like there's a handful of people around here that I see that like post about F1. I'm like, you don't give a shit. Like, what do you?
You know what I think it is? I think it's like I went to one of the things in Austin one year, one of the F1 things in Austin. It's like a prestige thing. You know, it's always the on an international flight that's like super ballered out. He's got all the name brand shit, and he looks like he looks like he lives, just the ballerest life. But he's always the dickhead walking to the last seat on the plane when it boards. It's just a lot of those people where they just want to be part of a popular thing, and they dress the part.
Yeah,
but
like polo or. Polo and like dog racing and stuff, like where you get to seem
Kentucky Derby too.
You get to seem really posh for a little bit,
but you're not, and that's okay.
Yeah.
It's like it's a whole gross show that but the fact is, like, unless you're a Saudi and like 1% of the United States and Europe, like you really don't belong in that sport.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, just like different races.
I feel like just like I couldn't really contribute to the piss conversation earlier.
You could have, yeah.
Heather, you piss? You may not race F1, but you piss.
I don't know much about pissing in a urinal or men's restrooms at bars. I've not been in one.
You are not as adventurous as I thought you were.
Yeah, come on. We should go to a bar after this, and you go to get piss in the men's room. We'll show you how it's done.
Another thing to add to the list at the Botanical Gardens.
Yeah.
We're going to get you pissing standing up.
Yeah, we'll go in the middle of the workday when there's not a lot of people there.
Yeah, we'll buy you that thing, the Shiwi. Have you seen that?
Yeah. I feel like I'd have to go to like a really sketchy bar to get like the vibe.
Yeah.
Like a biker bar in the middle of nowhere.
You want like the
There's a
dirtiest
handful of those
environment
around
possible?
here.
Huh?
You want like the dirtiest environment possible?
No, I just like if I'm going to go in, I might as well go all in.
If I'm going to piss in the boys' room, I got to piss in one that I might get stabbed in. Yeah.
You got to go to like a wing bar, like a Pluckers, so you can watch sports while you do it. Because they got TVs in the bathrooms.
Have you made new biker friends ever since you've gotten into the Harleys? Have you made?
There's like a lot of people that try to like message me and talk about bikes and stuff. And like I'm friends with like a few bike pages, like already that like, or it's like dudes who are their whole thing is riding bikes and stuff, and they'll talk to me now. They're like, oh hell yeah, oh sick, oh like like give or they'll be like, dude, you should get this or you should try this or. But none like in real life, which honestly, that's kind of like fine with me. Like, I'm not trying to just like find a random person to ride my bike with. Because I've had like randoms hit me up, be like, dude, we should go cruise sometime. I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. Like, this is where I go to be alone.
Yeah, that's kind of the point of riding motorcycles is the freedom, right?
And I don't want to have to worry about you being next to me, like on the road while I'm letting go my handlebars, like floating in the wind and shit, or just like revving my bike, like just doing stupid shit. Yeah, I don't need you in my way. That's why I'm trying to like convince because Jared won't do it, and I was like,
well, I got my bike.
You got yours
this weekend.
Out. Yeah. So.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, rad. What'd you get?
Just like a little starter Kawasaki.
Oh, nice.
And the wife dropped it with 9 miles on the clock, so it's broken in.
Hell yeah.
You got a Kawasaki?
Yeah.
I had a Kawasaki Vulcan 500.
Oh, I got the Z500. It's like their naked starter bike. Nice. It's fun though.
There's a bunch of Vulcans in the Facebook Marketplace. Are you going to get one and be in a gang with me?
I got rid of mine because I knew several people who died.
Yeah, I mean, we all know people that have died on bikes, but like I know people that have died.
Nothing against people that died on a bike.
Yeah.
But I think unless it's just an accident where another driver hit them, it's usually due to negligence.
It's almost every time I hear about an accident, it's the driver of a vehicle.
And that's exactly.
Else.
So it's
which
not
totally
like,
makes sense.
Yeah.
I've only had a couple little scares on there, and it's always been because of someone in front of me is like driving like an idiot.
Yes,
and I'm like, so anymore, dude. I like if I'm behind a car, I'm behind them like 50 yards half the time.
It's something about I noticed this. I got into like having a bicycle when I lived downtown. I'd go little bicycle rides.
Yeah.
Something about seeing when drivers see somebody. They'll see somebody on a 2-wheeled.
Yeah, and their brain gets
And
weird.
their brain,
Yeah.
it's like deer.
Yeah.
In the middle of the road, like,
Yeah.
what do I do?
Yeah, they're like, oh shit. It's like, yeah, they're like, they become nervous to be around you, and then they act like they up because of that. But yeah, I've only almost had like 2 incidences because someone in front of me slammed their brakes, like unwarranted, and I've like had to like kind of slam on mine. It's made me like start to go sideways. I'm like, So like now
I wasn't an aggressive enough rider, and I think it again, I didn't like, it wasn't my incompetence or whatever.
Sure.
It was everybody around me that like. People just drive. I don't know how some people have
Especially
driver's
down here.
licenses.
Yeah,
they drive like assholes.
down here and on this road, like
Yeah.
this is like prime
I would
die
literally-
town.
I
Yeah.
would literally die.
Yeah, that's why as soon as I can, I drive straight down to that road, and then I get on that back road where there's nobody on it.
Yeah.
and that's the only thing
Yeah.
I really ride.
Yeah.
But I do love it. It's so fun. I'm still considering trading my main one in for that really nice green one. It's just so cool. Yeah. I can't decide, but yeah, I've gotten like fully addicted to it. There's days I was gonna go ride today, I just didn't feel up to it because my hands were like extra stiff. But there's been a couple days where I'll ride one of them one way, and then I'll come back and I'm like, well, I don't want to leave the other one left out, and then I'll get on it and ride it up the other way for a little while and bring it back. So yeah, I'm having a good time.
Which one do you like better?
Man, like I like my Street Bob best because it fits me, and it's got the cruise control, so it's like way easier to ride. But if my fucking that Sportster iron, it's so much louder and aggressive, and I like the handlebars on it more. And it just like I like the way it rides. Because I've got the bars for my Street Bob, once I get those 8 hangers on it and fix the exhaust on it, I'll probably like it way, way more. It's just like the other one's like got everything else done to it that makes it extra mean. And then mine's like, I've got like a really nice exhaust and all this good stuff on it, but I've got a whatever it is, there's like a piece you take out of it that allows it to get like full flow, and then it's like just way louder. And then I don't like those handlebars that are so like straight. Once I get those 8 hangers on, I'll be able to like kind of like lay back, and it's just like way more comfortable. So I'm gonna really like it when it's done, and then I'm gonna wrap it and either do it like solid black, like a flat black, or I don't know. I'd like some black tiger camo would be really cool on it.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I'm fully addicted to these bikes right now. But I almost can't justify trading it in because I'm like, man, it's going to be too cold here in a month, and I'm probably not going to ride it much.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't want to buy a brand new bike and then it just sit for 3 or 4 months.
I think you could get away with riding it still.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be plenty of days that I can, but I know there's going to be a lot of times where it's just like really rainy for like
Yeah, I mean, obviously
weeks.
it's rainy, but you can layer up and it'll still be fun.
Yeah, I honestly I won't ride in the rain at all. If it's wet out or rainy at all.
It's not even the roads. It's getting the drivers out here getting stupid.
And dude, something is up. Like this road that's out here, it is slick as shit, man. It's got some kind of like film on it.
Oh, the new pavement.
The new one, I guess it doesn't have it on it. But there's like sections of like in Bernie that I'll notice. I'll come to a stop at a stoplight, and I'll put my feet down, and my feet will almost slide out from under me sometimes because the road has just like a film of like melted like tire or like grease or some shit on it where it's all slippery as. There's one place that I'll go to turn off to, and my rear tire will slip out behind me almost every time I turn. Like I end up gearing down like to first gear to make that turn because if I do it in second, my rear end will slide. And I'm like, what the? It's just like so slick everywhere. So that's like why I get off of the main road as soon as I can, get to that back road near the ranch.
Yeah.
And it's killer out there. It's so pretty. But yeah, the main road down here sucks.
Yeah, and they're just going to keep building on it now.
Yeah, but at least they repaved this main section out here, so it's like a little grippier. But yeah, it's going to get worse because all the traffic now from all these new houses that are getting put in everywhere.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Like there's that one right next to the Valero down there that's got like 20 houses that just popped up.
Yeah,
and then
I
these
just saw
places that
that
are right
on
in
the-
front of the house,
yeah.
that'll be a huge. I don't know
Yeah.
how many houses are going to be put in there.
They're going to need to put in a light where we're
Oh
at.
yeah, there's that
there's a
caution
light up.
light there. It'll end up being a full red light. I bet.
It's not even the people that are from here that I think it's all the construction guys. Like they really don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like you've seen where I live. They're still building houses out there. And
Yeah.
the absolute worst drivers are the construction crews.
Yeah, they don't give a at
I
all.
literally almost got ran off the road a couple weeks ago by one. I think didn't I text you and I was like, well, I almost died.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like I was like driving down. It was like just a one way this way, one way this way.
Yeah.
And as I'm driving this way, he just from around another car just gets in my lane and starts driving right towards me.
Yeah.
And then goes like
they have. It's
it
like,
goes.
sorry.
I literally had to slam on my brakes, or I would have died.
It's like when I lived in Midland. Like you have. It's like God. I don't want to talk shit because I literally was. I was a freaking roustabout.
Yeah.
Like I was the construction guy of the oil field. But like some of those dudes are just stupid as.
Yeah.
It's not even that they don't. It's a combination thing, being dumb human beings and also not giving a.
He did it just so he could get to where he needed to go, like 5 seconds sooner.
I've watched it
I was
happen.
like, what the?
I've almost been in so many head-ons because someone doesn't have the slightest bit of patience.
Yeah.
Dude, that kind of shit happens to me so often and then it's down here.
Yeah.
Like this is, I think the statistics are really bad for down here, right? Like
Dude,
it's like
bro,
it's like the worst drivers.
My insurance in the state of Texas,
It's high.
I have
Mine is
never
too,
paid
yeah.
anything like that before.
Same. When I moved down here, I didn't get new insurance. Like I just let it not go for like such a long time until I finally got pulled over, and I was like, dude, it's literally triple down here than what it was back home.
Yep.
And no shit, because we got a bunch of dumbass drivers and they will kill you. So sorry, you got to pay.
It's also a very high percentage of uninsured and unlicensed drivers to start with.
True.
Hit and runs are pretty common.
Yeah, dude. But they're like so often I'll be driving and I'll be doing like I'm already doing 5 or 10 over the speed limit on the highway.
And they're on your ass.
And they're like, whoa, like around. I'm like, where do you need to go?
Right.
Like, are you actively shitting yourself right now?
Yeah.
Like you have shit dribbling down your pants and you have to get home. Your wife is in the back, baby is exploding out. Like, there's no way that because it happens so often. I'm like, there's no way there's this many people shitting themselves and having babies.
Yeah, like when the 2 lanes merge into one.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like I've gotta get in front of you.
I need to be the front, and they like will run you into the wall to get around.
And then the second they're in front of you, they're stuck at the same fucking red light.
Yeah.
30 seconds down
Look
the
who
road.
it is.
Do you know how I handle? Because that pisses me off, right? Like I'm looking at someone that like, well, I can't just call this person a bad human being, but like they're showing signs of being a bad human being because that level of they're willing to put someone else's life in danger for the smallest inch. But you know what I do to get over that is it's a tool that works. Is I don't get road rage. I have when I was younger, but I don't yell. I don't shake my fists. I don't throw the finger because what I do is when I encounter those situations, I look at that person and I wish the most horrible shit imaginable on them and their families. Like if they have a baby in that car, I'm thinking horrible things that I want you to deal with as a parent and that baby, right? Okay. And I get it out of my system. And I do that. I run that exercises in my brain for like 30 seconds. And then I'm like, okay, well, if it happens, it happens. I'm over it now.
Yeah. Dude, I don't think I don't ever like shout or anything, but I was like, stupid bitch. Like, I'm like, idiot. Like, I'm just like, it's almost like sarcastic. I'm like, you dumbass. Like, but I just, in my brain, when they do something so ridiculous that like gave them no benefit, I'm like, you're just so dumb.
Like
you live like that every day.
You are just so dumb that this was better for you than what was happening.
Favorite person to drive with, as far as it's actually my least and my most favorite person to drive with, is Alex Zedra. Because if somebody pisses her off in traffic, she will roll down the window, drive until she gets next to them, and she'll be like, you stupid little dick bitch. And she'll like throw up her. I'm like, dude. She's like, what are they gonna do?
I'd have an anxiety attack in that car.
What are they gonna do? Pull a gun on me? I got one right here. And I'm like, oh my god.
They just get no shit off.
Actually super fun is instead of like giving someone the finger, just give them a thumbs up. Like a thumbs up and a smile, and they're like, wait,
Wait,
what's going on?
Who was I with? I was with somebody.
A thumbs down is really
Was-
scary
was
too.
Was it
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
That's scary. Yeah.
No, I wasn't with you. I was with a female. It was Laura. I was with Laura. And this dude, like, we were driving, like, I'm not with you. It was like 3 miles under the speed limit because we were trying to find our turnoff. And he was one of those, wah, like, I gotta be first.
I'm shitting myself.
It was one of those. And this was like 2 weeks ago. And he finally like gets around us and he just does this. Just 2 okays at us. You're like,
What the fuck?
So this is how you handle. Like, why is this guy being so irrational, so mean? This is a bad person. But hey, your wife is going to get leukemia, and you're going to go into debt and spend the next 2 years watching her wither away, and you're going to have to raise those children alone, who you've never had to do before because she took care of everything, and they're going to resent how terrible of a father you are. And you had to watch your wife die all because you decided to ride my ass, and you will that on them.
Wow. Like
I just imagine they're just not getting laid, so they're sad. Sad.
You know what?
That's
what's
probably a real thing.
that
Yeah.
also, man. It's sometimes I see comments on my stuff, and I'm just like, wow, what a dumb doofus bitch. Or I'll see like a dude comment or something, and it'll just be like they'll make a remark. They'll be like, and especially anytime I make a video with like any girl in general, they'll always be like, yeah, well, your last girlfriend was hot, or like some bullshit like that. And I'll just like look at this dude's page, and it's like the biggest like ogre looking doofus dude. And then he's got like his wife or some shit. And I'm like, I'll respond and I'll like tag him and his wife. And I'm like, dude, I'm like, worry about your wife, man. And then like the wife will like chime in and be like, oh yeah, I know he does this. Haha. I'm like, whoa, you both suck. You both.
It's
Like,
either
that's
that
so
or
embarrassing
like a
for
private
you.
profile.
Yeah, I'm like, that is so
Stuff.
embarrassing for you.
Yeah.
And then like I love it when all the other people start coming in and commenting and like shit talking them too. I'm like, yes. I'm like, yes. Like once I've like started something and then everybody's like, wow, you're an idiot. I bet you never get laid. And then they just like roast the shit out of them.
Yeah,
I'm like, wow.
I'll like comment back occasionally, and then I'm not gonna lie, I get bored, so I dip off.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Once, like, there was some dude talking. I don't know if I already talked about this. There was some dude talking shit to me on Twitter recently. Like,
No, not on Twitter.
yeah,
Not
of
ever.
course.
Not
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fun
Not
website.
Honestly, that's usually where it's just gay. I had to block like 10 gay accounts today. But like it's usually like I don't have shit talkers on Twitter because I don't post anything like controversial or worth shit talking. But
Yeah.
No, people are there to be angry.
Yeah,
They will
yeah, I
find a reason to be angry
it
on
was
Twitter.
just one of my videos, and he like compared me to like this streamer Queso, and he's just like he's a great streamer, but he's just like a super gigantic, morbidly obese dude, and it's we're both white, we both have facial hair, so you know I get compared to that kind of shit all the time, and but he looked really similar to that dude that killed both of his daughters and put them in an oil vat. Chris
Watts.
And I said, Chris Watts, shouldn't you be in prison? And he looked really like him. So then he started getting like even more. He's like, oh yeah, that was a stretch, but makes sense for someone who's so covered in stretch marks. And I was like, do you not have stretch marks? Did you never grow as a child? I was like, that was such a lame comeback. Sit down, dude. And then he was like, yeah, you sit down enough for the both of us. And I was like, yeah, I also lift enough for both of us. I could throw you through the wall with one hand. And then he said something. He was like, yeah, you would know about throwing stuff through the wall, wouldn't you, Kool-Aid man? And I was like, at that point, I was just like, oh, this guy's dumb. And I just responded. I said,
They're just getting off on a response.
I said, hey man, that was really embarrassing. I'm done now.
But it's so annoying when like I love a good internet flame war.
Yeah.
But if they're not creative or funny,
Yeah, it sucks.
It's like just be funny.
It's like like I was like, man, but so I was like, hey man, that was really embarrassing. I'm done now. And then somebody else started talking shit in the responses, and then he was like, yeah, I don't know why he got so mad. I was just picking. I was like, dude, people can read this interaction and see that you were not just playing. I was like, you like progressively were like more and more calling me fat. And he was like, well, obviously we both work out, bro. He's like, if you want to meet up and fight, like we can do it. I was like, well,
man.
I said, sure. I was like, you're half my size. I was like, that would be more embarrassing than this whole
We can
interaction.
meet up and fight. Like, dude, are we just getting out of like 7th grade PE class right now?
All of the people who comment shit like that are absolutely either retarded
Dude.
or they're getting off on a response.
It's literally it's insanity that it's one or the other. It really is just like, wow, you are so dumb, or you're so f***ed up in your head that just like seeing a response come back and you're just being like, you're like twisting your little wiener in your hand while you're doing this shit.
I mean, that's the majority of it.
It's so weird.
It's the old,
and it's all mental. Everyone's mental.
We don't get in like the comments section to talk shit to people because we have lives.
Yeah.
And we don't.
And we're
know-
like pretty happy.
Well,
most of the part, like it's like a pretty good time.
It's miserable fucking
Yeah,
people.
it really is. It's like
it's the old Mark Twain, paraphrasing Mark Twain, don't argue with idiots. They'll drag you down to their level and beat you with experience.
And misery loves company. That's a
Like, you don't see someone who's running in the who's happy with their lives. It has it has nothing to do with what people do as jobs. It's people who are content with their lives. I got a nice relationship with my wife and kids. I'm happy with my job. Those people aren't
talking shit to
starting
strangers
shit
on the
with
internet.
strangers on the internet.
Yeah, like I mean, like at some point you got to like realize, I just want to start being like, dude, like. I'm so sorry for you. Like just every time someone tries to say something goofy, like on a video of me saying like boobity doo peep poop pop pop, I'm just like making some dumbass joke, saying some stupid word.
Sounds like a Trump or Biden supporter. Like, what the fuck?
I'm like, what? It's shit like that. And you're like, oh God. Yeah, it's always like that, man.
You know what you should do is just like wait a week and then reply. It's like, sorry it took so long to reply. I was busy not being sad about myself.
Oh, dude, there's plenty of times that like I'll see people going on for like, dude, weeks sometimes, and they'll try to include me back in it again, like they've been arguing with other people. And they'll be, well, Caleb did this. I'm like, what? You're still here,
dude?
I'm like, this is a month.
I literally had that happen. I had a notification pop up on my Instagram. It was like yesterday or the day before.
You don't
and
even
it was
follow
like,
me.
It was like literally from an argument that was like. It was like 2 or 3 months ago where somebody said something mean and I fired back, and then everyone underneath started talking shit. Yeah. And it was like, it's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of replies at this point that I haven't even participated in. And I was I don't even read them.
Like, what? Oh no, you can't.
I get bored. I'm like, I just get so
like after a
fucking
while,
bored. I'm
like after a minute, like you realize that like they're just so dumb, and then it becomes not fun anymore.
It's just not
You're
fun.
like, oh,
sometimes
like,
it's fun.
Yeah, sure.
Sometimes, okay, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I have a
if
little
they've
fun.
got like
But other times
or
I just
if they
get bored.
set you up really well, like if they're so dumb and they say something so stupid that it sets you up for a really fun comeback, like that's good. But when they can't even like keep it going, and you're just like, this sucks.
I actually have had interactions with people, like with trolls on the internet, where they'll say something really horrifically mean to me, and then I say something really horrifically mean back, and then they go, haha, you're actually really cool, and then we start following each other, and then we become really good friends. That's happened more than once.
That's a tactic, because I've had that happen a bunch of times. I don't ever follow them, but they'll say some up shit, and then I'll respond. They're like, haha, gotcha. I just wanted you to respond. I love your shit, and I know that talking shit's the only way to get you to talk back. And I'm like, that's your mental. Like, I'm not this. This is the conversation.
It's like the whole child learning to get attention through negative.
Yeah, like a little boy beating a girl on the playground because he wants to. Like that's like like deep down.
Don't act like you didn't go to public school.
Yeah,
you know what he's talking about.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I don't know why that just sounded so.
Because that's how it is, man. That's how we did it as little kids. Like you had a crush on a girl, you wanted to like wrap tongues together. You punch them in the face. Like that's just like that's how it was.
What the is going on?
That's
in
how
West
it is. That's how
Virginia?
you show love. You beat the hell out of a girl when you're a stupid child. And then as you get older, you're like, oh, I wasn't supposed to do that. I wasn't supposed to throw rocks or piss on her or anything.
I missed this part of
that's
elementary school.
That's an escalated level.
Yeah,
Most people
obviously
just
I'm
try to tag them out in dodgeball or something.
Obviously, I'm doing a joke, but like there's like the boy who like pulls the girl's hair is always like picking on her,
Yeah, I
and like
get
shit
that
like that
part. I
because
get
he has a
that.
crush on
Yeah.
her. And
Okay.
that's these people. They're like, I'm gonna be mean and say some up shit, and then he's gonna respond, and then we're gonna fall in love.
Oh, we
We'll be
didn't
going
fall
on
in love.
motor-
Now I have to follow him.
Oh,
Right.
man, we're going to go on motorcycle rides together as long as I talk about his weight.
yeah,
Yeah.
literally, yeah. I'm gonna say, but yeah,
Yeah. Love this
half
for
the
us.
internet is retarded. Most of the drivers in Texas are retarded. So, a lot of doofuses to watch out
Yeah.
for there in life, gang.
Yeah.
So take care of yourself for sure.
Yeah.
Drink your milk.
Yeah, drink your milk.
Drink your
say your
Gatorade milk.
prayers.
Say your prayers, get your passport.
Yeah, get your passport. Get our passports.
Get our passports.
All right, let's go smell flowers.
Okay.
Okay.